Hello everyone, and welcome back to Autocrat. We've had a wonderful holidays. I hope you guys did too, if you were on holiday. But yeah, welcome back. We're ready to crack on again and to take you to part 11 of the Iliad, so episode 69. R.I.P. Hector.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, we're starting strong.
Yeah. And Hector's gonna have a great time, I'm sure.
I'm sure he will. Don't be fooled by the title, you will have a great time. We're dealing today with book 22 of the Iliad. We open with the Trojans huddling in the city and having a drink, whipping the sweat of themselves as they shiver in fear.
Nice.
Achilles is Casey...
You also said whipping, so...
Oh yes, wiping.
No, I prefer your version.
Anyway.
That's staying
Achilles is chasing Apollo around. Apollo is disguised, but he shows himself to Achilles and acts all smug, saying that Achilles would have realized Apollo was a god if he wasn't all distracted.
Oh, he did the na playground taunts.
Like, na 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 na.
Yeah.
Besides, he won't get the Trojans now that they're behind their walls. Achilles fumes at Apollo before rushing away towards Troy, all stroppy and probably muttering under his breath.
Apollo, look at me, my dad's immortal.
Priam spots Achilles running up and called out to Hector in fear. I guess he doesn't want to lose another kid.
Another one. At some point, maybe we'll do that tally, but in the meantime, just know that it has the words "a lot" written on it in a very panicky handwriting.
He calls out to Hector to dissuade him from facing Achilles one-on-one. After all, Achilles has already taken so many of his children.
So many of them.
He can't find Lycaon or Polydorus amongst the crowd of Trojans.
Yeah, I'm sure they're fine. Don't look at last episode, it's probably all good.
Priam begs and pulls out his grey hair, but Hector is unmoved. Okay, so I guess Hector's just a frozen statue now.
No. That's not what that is.
I know.
Well, even more so, because Hecabe also implores him not to go, but still Hector is unmoved. They really superglued him to the floor well, didn't they?
They did. All stone-like.
So they heat up the glue and make sure that it melts, because, decrease the stickiness of it. And then after he's able to move again, he's emotionally unmoved, so then...
He's going to fight Achilles.
Made way better now that the glue's gone.
He stands, also he was sitting, looking at Achilles like a snake.
I think it's sort of because it's a metaphor they use is in.
So first he's a statue and now he was a sitting one.
And then he was a snake. Someday I'll teach you what metaphors and similes are.
He's afraid but knows that he will never leave it down if he runs back into Troy. After all, he didn't order a retreat last night and now he runs back in?
Yeah, coward. Nah.
Hector debates trying to appeal with Achilles and offering to give back Helen and the stuff Paris stole. Nah, Achilles is merciless. He would just kill anyone.
He just killed them all anyway. Like, thanks for the free Helen, I'm still going to massacre everyone.
No time wasting, no towing and throwing like lovers. Let's fight and see whom the gods fate to win.
Side note, I thought it was really weird that he compares himself and Achilles to lovers at this point, but okay.
So, Achilles draws near. Rushing in at the speed of a mountain hawk, he runs at Hector, who promptly flees.
Well, that went well.
They run on towards the mouth of the Scamander. Not the guy from Harry Potter.
No, although it is now Newt Scamander in my head. How did you not make this joke last time?
I don't know.
We had the Scamander literally threatening to punch someone.
I don't know.
So anyway,
they run
Eddie Redmayne, he's there. He watches them run away.
They run and the gods watch. Zeus is sympathetic towards Hector and asks whether they should spare him. Athena is shocked, saying that Zeus can do what he wants, but they won't approve of his action if he saves him. Zeus backpedals hastily. Back. And
Oh, is it one of those Dutch bikes that breaks if you pedal backwards? Yes, that is a thing.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Zeus backpedals then,
Yeah.
hastily, and Athena rushes down to do her bits in the story that will unfold. Get back to Hector, who's running widely,
Probably.
and attempts multiple times to get into the Dardanian gate. Achilles orders the Myrmidons not to shoot Hector.
This one's mine. So, the running duo reached the source of Eddie Redmayne. Wait, no. Sorry, the source of the Scamander for the fourth time. And at this point, Zeus gets out his golden scales. On one side, he puts Achilles' life, and on the other side, Hector's. The scales tip towards Hector. His fate is sealed.
Whoa.
Apollo, accordingly, rushes away from Hector because he's been looking after him this whole time, and Athena now swoops in to play her part. What do you think she does? Without reading my script.
She probably gives someone some advantage. Probably Achilles.
Well, she whispers to Achilles that he is going to fight Hector and kill him with her help. However much Apollo tries to beg for Hector's life, he won't get away. Achilles should, take a minute, breathe, and then Athena will get Hector to fight him. She then rushes over to Hector and disguises herself as Apollo.
Alright.
Pseudo-Apollo exhorts Hector to fight Achilles.
Let's call him Apollo.
Apollo, yes, Pseudo-Apollo was what I had, but Apollo works too. Exhorts Hector to fight Achilles together. What could go wrong? It's fine, I'm right here. Hector agrees, appreciating that Apollo is staying with him to help while everyone else has deserted him. So, Achilles and Hector walk towards each other. Hector offers a bargain, that whoever wins, they don't desecrate the other's corpse, just steal their armour. Sounds fair to you?
Yeah.
However, Achilles dismisses it completely. He says Hector is going to pay for what he did to Achilles' buddies, even after he loses and even after he's dead.
Seems kind of hypocritical since Achilles has killed several of Hector's brothers.
So many of them. Anyway, Achilles, not thinking about how hypocritical he's being, throws his spear.
Shwish.
We really upped the sound budget, didn't we? Hector dodges. Okay, no dodging sound, that's fine.
Hui!
Thank you, sound department. But Athena just brings the weapon back. Hector throws his own spear, but it bounces off Achilles. I assume shield, but I've written spear here. Good. Brought to you by Protractor on Desk Incorporated. Hector asks Apollo to bring him a spear, but all he hears back is silence. He realizes that Athena has fooled him. All Hector now wants is to die a death that will be talked about for generations to come. So Hector rushes at Achilles, who spots, Patroclus' armour. And this is relevant because the armour has a gap just in the neck.
Fancy.
Achilles'
Handy.
spear, handy, because Achilles' spear meets Hector's neck as he charges, stabbing into him. Ah, my neck, it's been so stabbed. That's probably the sound. Achilles mocks him as Hector lies dying. Hector once again begs him just to ransom his corpse back. His father Priam will pay good money for it.
Oh no, Priam's using him as a kid.
Yeah, he is. It's also not the last one. You'll find that out, though, whether in this book or the next. Achilles sneers at this and promises that Hector will be food for birds and dogs while his family grieve. Well, Hector knows Achilles is merciless. He's had very ample evidence of that 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, but I think what Achilles isn't realizing is that he's offending the gods right now.
That's exactly what Hector says. He needs to think how this will look when Paris kills Achilles at the Scaean Gate. Wait, what was that last bit, Hector? Hector? So, Hector dies.
Oh, right.
Achilles loots...
Bleh.
Thank you. Achilles loots the armour while the Greeks cluster around them. He makes a speech mourning Patroclus, and then cuts into the back of Hector's feet and ties him to the back of his chariot. The chariot is then ridden around the city, dragging Hector's body through the dust. Priam sees all of this and, grieves. That's probably the word for it.
Yeah, he can barely be stopped from rushing out. He begs the others to let him go try to reason with Achilles. After all, the father of Hector and the father of Achilles are kind of the same age.
Yeah, everyone stopped him doing that. That's a really bad idea.
Hecabe laments her child's death, like, no, my child!
But there's one person who doesn't know yet.
Oh yeah, Hector's wife.
Yeah, he has a wife and son. Remember those? We had a wholesome moment.
Yeah, we did. Oof. Well, said wife Andromache is at her house, heating up water so Hector can have a bath when he comes back.
When he definitely is going to come back. Yeah, all the crying from the walls comes to her attention. She and two ladies head to the walls. Andromache sees her husband being pulled behind a chariot and faints. Her headgear and the veil which Aphrodite gave to her on her wedding day fall to the floor. When she wakes up, she breaks into sobs. Her baby now has no father. He will walk alone and be beaten up by the other kids, taunting his lack of a father figure.
Alright.
That's her prediction. Astyanax will then run crying to her, where once he sat on Hector's lap, eating the fat of mutton and sleeping in the arms of his nurse when he was exhausted from playing. She knows that Hector will now lie for the scavengers to eat. She will burn his clothes, still in his house at least. They don't have his body, but at least they can pay him that respect. I'm assuming that was part of some sort of funeral rite, I don't know.
Probably. And people, this is how book 22 ends, with a woman of Troy lamenting while Andromache recites all this in between her sobs.
So, that's Hector gone. That's the umpteenth son of Priam who now lies dead.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Still think the golden apple thing was a good idea?
No.
Well, join us next time for the final part of the Iliad.
Yes, the final bit. Have a great week, everyone.
Have a great week.